Your body is here right now. But are you? Think about it for a second. Do you remember last night? Not just what you did, but what you felt. The taste of the food, the sound of the person next to you, the color of the sky outside the window. Most people don't. And it's not because nothing happened. It's because you weren't really there. There's a fear that's lived inside me for years. Not the fear of death, not the fear of failure. Something much quieter and much more terrifying. The fear that one day I'll reach the end of my life and realize I missed it. That my body was everywhere. At dinner tables, on vacations, next to people I love. But I wasn't. Mentally, I was always somewhere else. In tomorrow's meeting. In yesterday's conversation. In imaginary disasters that never actually happened. Optimizing every second instead of simply living it. If you just thought that sounds familiar, stop right there. Because what I'm about to say might change the way you experience every single day from here on out. Most people don't live in reality. We live in psychological time. The body exists here and now. But the mind is either in memory or in imagination. And not the memory of your best moments. Not the imagination of everything amazing that could happen. No, your fears, your regrets, your what-ifs. That endless loop of thoughts you can't seem to stop, and that most people don't even notice anymore because it's become their default state. Now here's the fact that genuinely stopped me cold the first time I read it. Harvard researchers found that people spend about 47% of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they're actually doing. Almost half of your conscious life, somewhere else. And the same study found that the more the mind wanders, the lower the happiness levels. Not poverty, not illness, just not being here. People are missing their own lives while trying to think their way into better ones. And here's where it gets really uncomfortable. There's a hidden cost to living entirely in your head. And most people never even see it. You slowly lose contact with life itself. You stop hearing your partner, even when they're speaking directly to you. You stop tasting the coffee you drink every morning. You stop feeling your own body. And at some point, you become literally a floating head dragging a meat suit around. Present, but not here. Neuroscientists discovered a structure in the brain called the default mode network. When you're not fully engaged in the present moment, it switches on automatically, and it starts. Replaying the past, simulating the future, constructing narratives, comparing, worrying, judging. Your brain is literally designed to leave the present moment. This is not your fault. It's the architecture. But here's what matters. There is one thing that is always here. Always. Even when your mind has traveled 3 time zones away. The body doesn't go anywhere. Your breath is here. Your heartbeat is here. The sensation in the bottom of your left foot right now is here. If your mind is always wandering, the only portal back is the body. Anxiety lives in the mind. Peace is accessed through the body. Write that one down. And this is exactly where most people in the self-development world get permanently stuck. They stay in their heads forever. More podcasts, more books, more analysis, more self-understanding. I get it. I've been there. But the truth is, you cannot think your way into presence. Presence isn't a concept to understand. It's a state to return to through the body. Now, here's the most uncomfortable truth about overthinking. Most people believe they overthink because they're smart, or too responsible, or just wired that way. But here's what's actually happening. Overthinking is most often emotional avoidance wearing an intellectual disguise. Your mind keeps moving because stillness forces you to feel. And feeling is painful or uncomfortable or just unfamiliar, when you stop scrolling, when you turn off the background noise, when you slow the flood of thoughts, something surfaces that you've been holding underwater for years. Sadness, loneliness, emptiness, restlessness. And the brain immediately responds. Okay, let's go ahead and plan next week. And here's what truly hit me when I understood this. Smart people are especially good at this. They can philosophize their pain instead of actually feeling it. They can explain their trauma beautifully while remaining completely disconnected from their body. You can understand your nervous system and still never inhabit it. Sound familiar? So I don't want to give you theory. I want to give you real practices, things that genuinely change my daily existence. Not surface level stuff, real things. First, and this is the simplest but most effective, interrupt thoughts with sensations, not with more thoughts. Most people try to fight thoughts with thoughts. That's like trying to get out of a hole by digging deeper. It doesn't work. Thoughts are infinite. You will never win that battle. Instead, the moment you notice your mind starting to spiral, don't ask, how do I stop thinking? Ask, what can I physically feel right now? Feel your feet on the floor, your breath in your chest, the temperature of the room, the tension in your jaw. It's probably there right now as you listen to this. Sensation anchors you here, instantly without effort. Second, silence your inner narrator. Most people aren't experiencing life, that they're narrating it. Something happens and the brain immediately goes, what does this mean? What should I do? Why did he say that? What if? A constant inner commentary. I started practicing moments of intentional mental silence. Morning coffee. No commentary, just coffee, its taste, the warmth of the mug. The first few times it's nearly impossible, so that's completely normal. But the more you practice, the more you realize. Reality is unbelievably vivid when you stop narrating it. You start hearing things you never heard before, noticing details that were always there. Third, arrival rituals. Here's what I mean. Most people physically arrive somewhere long before they mentally arrive. You walk into your house, but your head is still at the office. You sit down with someone you love, but your mind is already in tomorrow's schedule. I started building tiny pauses between environments. Before walking into the house, I sit in the car for a minute. I feel the steering wheel in my hands. I tell myself, just be here. Before a conversation, I actually look at the person, really look. These small transitions retrain the brain to stop disappearing from moments. And fourth, probably the most radical thing in a world where everyone is always online, silence. Just silence. No phone, no podcast, no background noise. Just being. I know it sounds simple, try it. Most people last about 90 seconds before reaching for their phone, because silence removes distraction. And when distraction disappears, you meet yourself, and that's unfamiliar. But that's exactly where the real return begins. Gradually, coffee starts to taste different, music sounds different, conversations feel richer and deeper, presence literally restores texture to your existence. One of the greatest tragedies I can imagine is arriving at the end of your life with memories of it, but without ever having been truly present in them. Body at dinner, mind at work, body with your child, mind in anxiety, body on vacation, mind frantically checking email. And the truth is as simple as it is brutal. Your life is not happening someday. It's happening right now. This ordinary day, this morning cup of coffee, this conversation with someone you love. This is your life, not later, now. The goal isn't to become some perfectly enlightened person who never overthinks anything ever again. The goal is simply to come back again and again. We lose ourselves and we return to the body, to the breath, to this moment. Because this moment, honestly, is the only thing any of us ever really has. And right now, not after the video, not later sometime, right now while you're still hearing this, stop for 3 seconds. Feel where your feet are. Feel your breath. Just be here. One moment. There it is. That's exactly what I've been talking about. You just came back. And if that moment felt strange, unfamiliar, almost foreign, write about it below. 1 sentence. Where are you right now? What do you feel in this exact second? Not what you think, what you feel. Because the moment you put it into words, something inside you has already started to shift. And alike, that's its own way of being here, of saying, I was present while I watched this, and of helping this idea reach someone who needs it today more than anything else.